The big complaint that most drivers have with these advanced driver assistance aids that are fitted to cars that we buy nowadays is lane assist. Now the question is, does lane assist actually assist the driver? What are the frustrations that drivers experience by using the lane assist setting? And first of all, what is lane assist? Well, lane assist uses cameras to determine the car's position relative to the lane that you're in. And if it detects that the car is veering out of the lane, it will give driver feedback. So in most cars, that will be a little bit of a tug on the steering wheel, a correctional course change, and it may even fire up a buzz or a warning light on the dashboard to show that that system has been initiated. It seems like a sensible idea. It seems like a laudable aim to keep drivers safe on the roads. Now, drifting out of your lane into another lane is a big cause of accidents. So anything that can reduce the risk of that happening has got to be good, right? Well, no, not always. It's quite frustrating. I had an incident recently using lane assist in my car. I was driving in a fairly narrow country road. We were doing about 45, 50 miles an hour, so not a particularly fast speed, and there was a lorry coming towards me just over the central line. And the thing that I would naturally do as a driver is move my car as far over to the left as I can. Now the lane assist didn't like that. It wanted me to be in my lane. It hadn't seemed to work out that there's this great big lorry bearing down on me in the middle of the road and that I would be on a collision course with it if I allowed that correction to take place. Another instance that frustrates drivers is potholes. When you're driving up these narrow country lanes that are littered with potholes at the side of the road, you'll naturally move out, maybe even crossing the central line to avoid those potholes, and the lane assist will keep pushing the car back toward those potholes. So you find that you're constantly wrestling with the lane assist on these country roads to keep the car out of the pothole. Another situation that I personally found frustrating, we were driving in potentially icy conditions. It was heavy sleet and snow on the road, and I'd lost the steering feel. The lane assist was causing the car to behave like it would when it was on ice, where the steering was a little bit vague. I was getting weird feedback from the steering wheel. It's fair to say then that in most cases, this driver assist upsets the natural rhythm of a driver. It interferes with their focus and their attention, and it can in some cases cause the car to be in a more dangerous position than if we didn't have that assist on. Now, manufacturers are always looking for ways of improving these systems, and I really hope that some of them are watching this video. Firstly, we shouldn't have this system cutting in if the driver has made a deliberate move of the steering wheel. We're not just talking about the car drifting out of lane where a steering correction needed to be applied and hasn't been. That would be the time for the steering assist to cut in and apply that correction. But if the driver has moved the steering wheel, that should signal this lane assist to stop working, to let the driver take control of the situation. Also, the relative speed. If we're on a road and we're doing, say, 45 or 50 miles an hour, it's probably not that essential for the lane assist system to be working. And in fact, most drivers around town and on the slower roads will turn lane assist off. It comes into its own though at faster speeds on multi-lane carriageways where there is a greater risk of drifting in and out of a lane. And manufacturers are also to some extent taking some of these criticisms on board. They're less aggressive, they gently nudge the driver, they take corrective action when they feel it is absolutely necessary, but there's still a little bit of a way to go in my view. The other big frustration, and we get so many comments about this, is once you've turned it off, it doesn't stay off. Every time you start the car up, this assist is back on. Now, I would argue that any of these assists that are fitted to cars should be left in the situation they were in when you switched the engine off. Even if it was just that day, if you leave the car for more than 2 hours, by all means then reset, assume a completely different range of journey times. But even in that situation, I would prefer it to remember my settings and actually stick to that, because it's frustrating having to fight with all these menus every time we get in the car to set these assists up to the sensitivity that we like and to disable the various options that we find particularly annoying. Let me know what your experience has been, whether it tallies with mine or whether you've had a completely different experience with lane assist. I will have to say though that lane assist in my Audi A3 is not terrible. I would rate it as a minor annoyance rather than a big frustration, and I think that's down to the fact that Audi and the Volkswagen Group have actually fine-tuned it over the years. They've listened to driver feedback, and it does seem to be more intelligent than some of the earlier systems that are out there. There's still that little bit of margin of improvement that they can make to it. Please let us know what you think about lane assist. If you like this video, please boot the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so. And I've lined up this video and this playlist. And don't forget, you can now support the channel by actually joining, paying a monthly fee to offset some of our running costs. And you'll get pre-release videos, exclusive videos, and an opportunity to tell us what you would like us to cover in future videos. So that's an opportunity for all those out there that really want to support this channel. Thanks for watching. See you in these next videos.